Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me for my event recap of Equifax Insights EFXForum, which was held in beautiful Scottsdale at the Camelback Resort this week, starting Tuesday till I think it finished today. I had the chance to be there early on Tuesday and on Wednesday. Good attendance, maybe a little less than the previous year, more partners there, interesting larger customers there. One top 6 airline was there with a large team, not to be mentioned. Love is in the air for that, so I'm not giving away the name. What are the 3 key takeaways of the event for me to share? It was very obviously that Equifax is going directly in the direction of international expansion. Equifax, the credit bureau, or the credit bureau, is already pretty international with being present in large market, and it looks like Equifax Equifax Insights not following that direction, with immediate plans to be present in Canada and Australia, and then later in the UK. Made a little fun of them because they only go to English-speaking foreign countries, but there's plans for other countries as well. It's the way how Equifax Insights has to get to work-related and income-related information to provide what is their main service about employment verification and income verification. So good to see. Always good to put more software to work. Once it's built, it's just a sales and distribution problem, but that's what makes software companies so profitable. So good to see that strategy from Equifax Insights. Second one is Workforce Insights, a product which Equifax Insights had since some time, being used to answer compensation questions. So very interesting from the perspective that you can directly see what the prevalent salary of a certain job specification job group is. So a good thing which more vendors are trying to do, which have information. Equifax coming to it from the credit information, not from the payroll side, is an interesting angle, an additional validation point for companies and compensation planners, and generally from the cost perspective, people who care about paying the right amount, a competitive amount, but not too much or not too little. So good to see that. It all moves into something where Equifax should be a large player, which is data as a service, or as a service acronym called DaaS. So it would be good to see more in that direction. And the same thing as my third takeaway around talent acquisition, where Equifax is using InstaTouch ID, which basically allows a candidate to self-declare themselves and that provide address information and further details about them in the hiring talent acquisition process. This has the potential for Equifax for people to say, here's my trusted identity somewhere publicly available, which I can use for many, many things, not just for applying for a new job. If Equifax will go down that way, it's always Equifax Insights, if I say this, not the credit bureau, will remain to be seen. So 3 takeaways: internationalization, the Workforce Insights capabilities around compensation questions, and the InstaTouch ID and the talent acquisition are my 3 top takeaways. Overall, my point of view, good progress by Equifax. There's more potential for DaaS, as I mentioned. I would like them to work more on that and then evolve that ideally into something I know that users are asking for, executives are asking for, which is compliance as a service. In the polling, roughly unscientific, but roughly I'm asking CEOs, CFOs, CHROs, how much would you pay for compliance as a service solution? And that number is substantial. That number is equivalent to the paycheck. If somebody could take all the compliance needed, watching, monitoring legislation, providing solutions, so that becoming the interface between the enterprise and local government, country, federal regulatory requirements. And that's equivalent, and just for the purpose of equivalent to payroll market, paycheck and payroll related service market, there's a 95 billion market. So there's a lot of money to be made in compliance as a service, and a lot of pain to be taken away, a lot of insurance to be sold to enterprises, because we know regulation is always going to get stronger and stronger as a requirement. Good to see the internationalization. Overall, what they can do better, need to do better. Equifax only addressing certain pinpoints of the overall compliance puzzle. It's going to be interesting how they're going to solve more aspects of that. The usual strategies is build, of course, partner, acquire. Not that I'm studying any rumors here, but those are the basic strategies. Will be interesting to see how Equifax can expand the compliance footprint, and with that the share of wallet of their customers. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it. This was Holger Mueller from Constellation Research. Unfortunately, the Google toolbar is still not available. Thanks for listening. This went a little too long. Appreciate it. So anyway, follow me on Twitter. It's @HOLGRMU. Tons of tweets about the event. There's story files out there. There's a one-slide update on SlideShare. And soon we'll have a blog post about my findings on Equifax Insights, Equifax EFX Workflow Solutions in 2017. Thanks for watching. Appreciate it.